right, Greenleaf fans, and I know I pretty much say this at the beginning of every Greenleaf video, well, at least the last couple I've done, because to be honest, I put Greenleaf on the shelf. Like, once I saw the success of the AJ videos, and I've done videos about who might be pregnant, there really wasn't much to talk about. Even though it was suggested to me that, hey, Jeremy, why don't you go back and kind of browse through the first 3 seasons, and there might be other things for you to talk about. I still haven't got my Netflix back yet. I do plan on, Lord willing, next week. I got to put down $250 deductible for my car, then pay rent. I should have money left so I can finally get back my Netflix, because I did hear that Kevin Hart docu-series is pretty good. And I will get Disney Plus, and I will get Spotify Premium again, because like I said, 2020, I'm going to hit it with a vengeance. Patreon, Spotify, podcast, it's coming, guys. I'm just still working out the details. But a lot of people have been saying the same thing about Greenleaf lately in regards to AJ and Grace, and I wasn't going to speak on it because the comments spoke for themselves. But why didn't Grace get a DNA test? I feel that it was guilt, because if you notice in season 4, Grace really wasn't acting like herself, so to speak, because it felt like she was really carrying the weight of the entire family on her shoulders, which, to be honest, felt like she was doing that the entire series for the most part. But I think AJ being present clouded her judgment. And to be honest, he wouldn't have even shown up if not for Grace, because all he wanted from Grace was some money to get on his feet, and then he would have been done with her. Now, when it comes to it, it really does make sense. Let me put it this way. I think that if Lady May knew about AJ earlier, she definitely would have put in a DNA test. And I think that would have caused a rift between her and Grace. But at the same time, it would have been a smart thing to do, because given the fact that the family's going through so much right now, and someone just popping up out of the blue saying they're your son doesn't make a lot of sense. But I guess Grace, because of the fact that AJ, what was it? And guys, remember, it has been a few weeks since the show's been on the air. So if I make any mistakes in terms of referencing quotes and things from the show, feel free to correct me in the comments. But didn't AJ say that when he was 18, he found out who his mother was and tried to reach out to her, but she decided to stay hidden? And then only now, after he gets out of jail, that he decides that Grace decides to be present in his life. So I feel like Grace hearing from her son once again just thought, oh no, I need to be a mother this time. It's like, I'm just going to put everything else on hold, even though my family's at risk of losing the church and this and that. I need to make sure my son is okay. So I feel that the DNA test would have made a lot of sense. Now, I'm not holding this against the season. I'm not going to say that, man, season 4 was great, but it was pretty dumb how a DNA test wasn't done in order to confirm AJ's identity, because that would have solved a lot of issues right there. No, because honestly, I think season 4 so far has had a pretty strong story, and the DNA test, in shows like this, sometimes the simplest resolution isn't done, because it would literally undo the foundation of the entire season. Like, there'll be a lot less tension and whatnot. But I just feel like, it would have been an interesting dynamic, because maybe we will get a reveal towards the end of this season about whether or not this AJ is the real guy, or the guy at the grave is actually the one who is the true son of Grace and Noah. So who knows? And that's another reason why I wish Noah would have shown up, because we had 10 episodes. He appeared at the end of like episode 3 or 4, where he called Grace saying that, him and his wife had a falling out, and he's going to move back to, is it Memphis, Tennessee? Look, I forgot what the location is, guys. It's been a while. But in any case, he's going to go back to Grace's and them's hometown. So what if Noah was there, and what if he decided to have a DNA test? There are just so many factors that don't make a lot of sense to me. But I'm not going to let that ruin the season. I still think it was a good season. But I think, to answer the question, the main reason a DNA test was not done is simply because Grace had her judgment clouded by emotion, specifically guilt. Because imagine this. The guy who says he's your son, who assuming it's the same guy, who you know for a fact you gave up when he was born, and the fact that you pretty much did not want to get to know him when he wanted to reach out to you. So the chance you have to swoop in and be a mother, you do it out of both guilt and obligation. So the last thing you want to do is say, hey, can I get some of your spit or some hair? I need to make sure you are who you say you are, that kind of thing. So I think if this AJ isn't the real AJ, it would actually make sense story-wise due to the fact that, once again, Grace's judgment was kind of skewed this season, in my opinion. And I feel like a lot of people agree with me on that. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on this. If you have any other Greenleaf topics, feel free to leave them in the comment section below as well. Depending on the subject, if I think that, you know what, maybe I can make a video out of this, I definitely will. But you know the drill, guys. Make sure you follow me on social media. Links in the description below. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new and hit the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out on any new content.